Action.
Hello, Professor. Today, my speech to persuade people change their behavior which do not use the cell phone while driving. Before we get started, let's see the preview first. My speech can be divided into 4 parts. The first part is introduction. The second part is talking about some disadvantage of using cell phone while driving. The third one is I give some useful suggestions and solutions. And the last is the conclusion. First, let us have a basic sense of this issue from introduction parts. I think most of people get used to using cell phone unintentionally while driving when somebody calls them. It is really a physical and a serious issue in many countries, particularly in US because the number of people driving cars is the top 1 in the whole world. But statistics show that at any given moment, more than 1 million US drivers are talking on the handheld cell phones. According to National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the problem is that cell phones are a known distraction while driving. In a 2008 survey by Nationwide Insurance shows that 67% of people admitted to using a cell phone while driving. Have you ever thought about why is using cell phone while driving is so dangerous? In another word, what the disadvantage of this issue have? Next part, we will go through some specific disadvantage. The first one is the biggest and the most fatal disadvantage is that it definitely increases the risk of have traffic accident. In a study titled Epidemiological Evidence on Health Risk of a Cell Phone, the Dr. Rossman states that the risk of collision was about 4 times greater when the driver was using the telephone or soon after a call. The driver will probably just focus on the conversation over the phone, other than road and vehicle conditions around them. And our brains have not evolved to multitask this way. Operating a cell phone while driving greatly increases reaction times because it takes additional to 22 feet to stop a car whose own has been using a cell phone. In this case, there's a counterpoint that someone could argue that talking to a passenger poses the same risk as talking over a mobile phone, but they are different. The likely explanation is that a passenger takes the traffic situation into account, something impossible for someone on the other side of mobile conversation. Let's see a video.
Mom, Jack's dropped his dinosaur. I can see it. Hang on, I'll get it.
I'm sorry, man. I thought it all done. Can you spell that again?
It only takes a split second to lose your concentration. Good drivers just drive.
From this video, you can see how dangerous using cell phone while driving. The second disadvantage is harmful your brains. Using a lot of mobile phone can harm your brains, particularly teenagers and children who are under 16 years old. If you use mobile phone too much, you will get bad effects like dizzy and ear problems. Another is the children over 16 years old could be able to have a driving license. However, some teenagers would like to text message other than talk on the phone while driving. This behavior is more dangerous than talking over the phone because teenagers need to look at the phone screen and type their message. In this case, they will certainly be distracted by the message, then ignore or don't care too much about the situation around them. let's see a video, see how harmful your brain.
I gotta work, man. It's gonna work. No, I can't. Can you believe what? What? Little fake there. Oh, yeah. This one doesn't look good. That's a nice company, but it's nice when you go there. Alright, put those in there. I gotta work. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. Just put these things in here a little bit closer, and you can work a little better. Alright? Yeah, call it up. Okay, I'm calling. Ready? Do it. Pay $10 it was. Yeah, $20, it's not working. Make it 50. No, agree it works. No, wait. No, 20. Okay, 20. Not working. It's gonna work. Give it a second. Serious. Come on. Oh, no! That's crazy. Oh, that's too bad. I told you. No way.
From this video, you can see how harmful to your body. Based on this situation, there are several suggestions and solutions which will help those people who use cell phone or often while driving reduce the possibility of being involved in any accident. Let's move to the third part. First, at the governments. Some governments have accomplished some laws in order to prevent this issue. For instance, in the US, California, New Jersey, New York, Washington DC, and many places have fully outlawed in-vehicle handphone use. Lots of states have banned cell phone use by minors and bus drivers. Another new development is the changing legal implications for causing an accident when using a mobile phone. For instance, a driver using a handheld phone who caused a fatal accident could be charged with vehicular homicide if one state lawmaker gets her way. Causing the death of another by driving a motor vehicle recklessly is the legal standard for the filing a vehicular homicide charge in New Jersey. It's punishment by 5 to 10 years in prison or $150,000, according to current bill. The second solution I gave you is using the wall styling feature. Wall styling feature that can be used in conjunction with several third-party components. Phones with wall styling generally have a training model that can be used from time to time to ensure that it can recognize all of the commands and names that you programmed into it. Wall styling allows you to make calls from a mounted phone without having to touch the phone at all. Combining wall styling with a speaker phone system allows you to have full conversation without to touch a single button. The third, those parents who worry their children will text message while driving have to do something. As a parent of 16 years old who just got his license, they could buy a program that disables texting and cell phone use while driving. It uses GPS positioning to determine when to disable the phone. This means the teenager texting while driving will not happen anymore. The program will prevent calls and texts from being made or received. Parents can also selectively reactivate the program feature at will. For instance, if your child is on a bus on the way to a field trip, you can enable the phone. Let's see the last part is a conclusion. I have covered the basic situation in introduction section, reasons why people are not supposed to use phone while driving, and some possible solutions. And the safety cost of actions to not use the cell phone while driving concludes the study by Steer, Juice, and Dan Crouch, research associate professor of pharmacology. I hope people think twice and try to change this behavior. It's really bad.